Hello, everyone. Carolyn McGee, intuitive coach, teacher, and healer, here for your tip of the week. It is the week of May 3rd, 2020. And I love to start with a card kind of as a jumping off space. So the Goddess's Guidance by Doreen Virtue. And this is the card that popped out for us. I'm going to put it on two sides of the screen, so hopefully everybody will be able to clearly see that. And the energy in this card, it's fertility. It's the beginning. It is the beginning of May here in the Northern Hemisphere where I live, and it is about planting those seeds. I spent the day yesterday clearing out my garden beds, pulling away the old growth, opening up for the little tiny buds that are just starting to peek through the earth, and really being quite deliberate about it. You know, I get into a meditative space when I am out in my garden, and I am very intentional about what I'm doing. As I'm taking out that old growth, I am also conscious of allowing to come to the surface whatever no longer serves me. And so I invite you for this week to kind of step into that energy of intentionality and really looking at everything that you're doing. Is this serving me now? Is this serving me in the future? Is this serving me, this energy serving me for where I want to go? And being very deliberate about it and being gentle about it. You know, when I was cleaning out the garden, you know, there's this pulling out of the old leaves, the debris, but it's a gentle process. It's not, you know, digging in deep, and it's not ripping out so that, because you don't want the new roots to come along with it. You know, sometimes there's a little bit of pruning that has to go along with it. So, you know, to use that concept and use that energy of deliberation, intentionality, and really stepping into who do you want to be going forward. You know, with this pandemic, the worldwide, we have the opportunity to really be more intentional about what we want to bring forward. A lot of people, including myself, and probably you, if you're following me, we're using this time to drop into our centers, to really think about what works for us and what doesn't. You know, we're stepping away from that routine, you know, that treadmill of daily life that can cause us to get so wrapped up in what I call the hamster wheel. We're doing the same thing day in and day out, over and over again, that we can forget that we can do something different. We can forget that there's a world outside of that routine that we're so used to being in. And so just let's take a moment and really drop into our awareness. I'm going to count for 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out, in through your nose, out through your mouth. There's 1. And 2. And 3. Feeling your energy become much more present and grounded. You know, that's another big benefit of this gardening of our soul exercise that I'm talking about for this week. And however you allow that to come forward, it's going to be perfect for you. You know, I like the physical gardening. I like to get my hands in the soil. I love the planting of something that I know is going to abundantly flourish. And I like to be very deliberate and intentional about where I put things. I'm a dabbler in feng shui. I believe in that energy. I've seen the results for it. So being very intentional about where I put things to have them support me makes a difference for me. You know, I'm also great at, you know, journaling to release. There's an intentionality of, writing down what I want to release and then energetically allowing it to completely go back to source by burning that paper. Taking those ashes and burying them in my garden, or taking those ashes and allowing them to go down through water someplace, whether it's through the sink in my home or, going someplace. I'm not really traveling a lot right now, but there is a power in releasing the ash into flowing water. Now, of course, we want to be very careful about not polluting too much. Mother Earth is on her way to recovering, but a small amount of ash just goes right back into the earth. So just take a moment and think about or feel about whatever really works for you. What energy serves you and what energy doesn't? If you're also like me, I'm a highly logical and analytical. I like lists. I like them a lot. I will write out, almost as if it's a pros and cons. But I don't call it pros and cons because I don't feel that there's anything negative here. It's just what's serving me most at this point in time, and what really would I be best served to let go of. So, maybe you term it a working and not working. Whatever energy supports you, whatever feels really optimal for you, and play around with it. Start a little list. And maybe as you write down the things that are really working for you, you're going to notice that there's things on the not working list that could get a little tweak. I love the energy of, huh? My dog does that all the time, and it's so brilliant. There's this energetic shift as, it changes the equilibrium in our ears and in our head also. There's also that slight shift of perspective where, okay, so this isn't working for me. What can I do to change it? And is it in my highest good to change it, to put it over on the other column? Or do I, with gratitude, release it and allow it to go away? We all have brilliant ideas. We all have a million concepts that come into us. The angels send us a million messages a day. I know, that's a lot. But with all of that information flooding into us, we can get overwhelmed and bogged down on what are we really supposed to take action on, and filtering it through our hearts, allowing that energy of, is this in my highest good? Is this serving me now? Do I put this on a to-do list 6 months from now? Maybe it's a brilliant idea that's come in that the timing is just not right. So where do you put your energy? Where do you plant those seeds? What do you need to pull out now in order to really flourish? I live in a community, in a townhouse, and I only have a certain amount of space where I can plant. So I have to be very intentional. I have to be very deliberate about the plants that I put in there, because if I overcrowd it, none of them are going to thrive. And yes, they may survive, but they won't thrive. So take that energy into your process this week and decide, what do you want to thrive? Where do you really want to put your energy, put your focus, put your intention, and allow that to expand? And what's maybe on the downstream list, where you write it down, or you create something on your calendar, or you've got a notebook that you write down your inspired ideas that the timing's just not right on. But what do you really want to focus on this week? So I would love to hear from you. Let me know what's going on with you. And I have a Facebook page, which I don't talk about the page a lot. I talk about the group. But I'm going to invite you to join my page or like my page. It's Carolyn McGee, Intuitive Coach. And I post blog articles and some other information there. It's an open page, just like any other business page. but it's got a lot of information in there, and I'm being guided for myself to spend a little bit more time there. So would love to engage with you there and be of service. All right. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye for now.